Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Sad. It's nice to meet you. So today's video is super exciting because we're going to be trying out and reviewing and giving you my thoughts on one of the two brand new palettes by Plouise, and that of course is the Halloween collection. And I got the Hocus Pocus one in my budget box. I didn't care what one I got. I actually quite liked both of them. I would have liked both, but you know, I'm hoping to pick up the black one. I don't know what it's called. Hopefully on Vinted if someone's selling them cheap, but I got the Hocus Pocus one. This is what the outer box looks like, and I'm going to show you what the inside is. One of the books with the keys and the locks. I've already taken mine off, but this is what it looks like. It is holographic and it is absolutely stunning. So you've got this side, which is literally greens and purples, and then on the other side you have reds and oranges, and this one up here looks like it's pink in that lighting, but I do think it is more of a red tone. So yeah, maybe we'll do, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I think I maybe do the purples on one side and then maybe the greens and yellows on this side. And I am really hoping these purples are incredible, because the purples in the Queen Conquer were not it, but I forgive her. So we're going to dip into the greens and maybe the yellows, because there's I think a couple of yellows on the other side. They're not yellows on the other side, they're oranges. Right, let's just get into it. Let's just whack some colours on and just see how it goes, I suppose. So I was thinking maybe using the orange mattes and then going into the green, some of the green shimmers. I don't know, I'm very undecisive and I always second guess what I'm doing, so we're gonna just go for it today. So I'm gonna go in, I think, with the shade Possession first, which is kind of like a orangey brown, and I'm taking it on a Plouise 283. Oh, that is pigmented and that is gorgeous. So I'm just packing it in at the moment. That is really nice. I'm going to do like a wing it out. This is actually a really nice shade. Yeah. To be fair, I wasn't really sure what to expect from this palette. Like, obviously I've not seen any reviews because there are like no reviews up, because literally people who've got budget boxes are only getting them from today. So there's not really anything out there, but that is absolutely stunning. I'm liking this shade so far. So I'm thinking maybe do like a cut crease with the shimmer. I actually not really sure. And then I'm gonna go in with the shade on the same brush. Got it (Haunted), and just to sort of deepen that outer corner up. So I'm going to take the shade Scariest, which is more of like more of an orangey colour, and I'm just going to take it on a Unicorn Cosmetics UC17 Angel brush. I'm just going to start just popping it in the sort of inner corners of the eye. I'm just going quite lightly because I don't want it sort of like too crazy orange, but it's got some really nice pigment actually. There's never a shadow of doubt in my mind that the Plouise shadows are going to be really pigmented. I think I just had a couple of dodgy purple shades in Queen Conco because so many people like that. To be fair, that one is a couple of years old now, and I probably should just declutter it because I never really reach for it anymore, but I just like having it in my collection. This shade is really nice because it's kind of like orange, but it's not, where I'm going so sort of light, it's not too orange on the skin. You can see it's got quite a lot of pigment on the brush, and I'm just sort of trying to buff it and blend it into the colour I already have. And then just going to use the brush that I used for and just sort of tapping it over just so it blends. It's actually really quite nice. I'm really happy with how this is going. So I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to use the shade Creep It Real, which I think is meant to be like a thing or something like Keep It Real instead of Creep. Then I'm going to use a UC15 and it's going to take a little bit of it. It's sort of like an orangey, yellowy mustard. And then just, I've never done like these kind of colours together before, ever, and I do think I need to try and include a little bit of green shadow. I think I might do it under like the lower lash line, use the shade I'm Dead or Time for Tricks and Death Door on the lower lash line to try and sort of get some green into it with shadow. To be fair, this shade here that I'm using at the moment would be really good to sort of use for bruises. I'm going to go back in with this. So we've got 3 green shades. We've got Shapeshifter, which is this shade here, and then we've got Haunted Huns, which is more of a lime green, and then we've got Bubble Up, which is like a sort of almost a minty green. I think maybe this one. Oh, I don't know. These are what they look like swatched. Oh, can you get that reflex? I don't know if it's got a bit of a reflex or not. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go in with the middle shade because it's kind of green but kind of gold. So I think it will look really nice with this look. I'm going to try it with a brush which is a 7072, but I will probably have to go in and use my finger. So it doesn't always pick up the best. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and just put my finger in the shade. That is actually gorgeous. Pretty. The only problem when using your finger is being able to get right up to where you want. It's quite cat-handed. That actually... Okay, so before I take the tape, I'm just going to go back in with a little bit of both of the first 2 shades I used, just to tap over the shimmer and blend it in with the shade. Purple side, let's do the purple side. Okay, so I'm going to use a Plouise 122 brush to start, and I'm going to go in with the shade Let's Get Freaky, which is the second darkest purple, because I was thinking of using Dragon's Blood, which is the darkest purple on the wing, and I'm just going to start to stamp it sort of this way a bit. Really sure what shape I'm going to do because this has gone quite high on the brow bone than I would usually start it, but so it's going to be more like a wearable look and a more creative look. Alright, okay, so using the same brush, I'm just going to start to try and just blend the edges a little bit. Go in with a 214 brush, and I'm going to take the shade Coffin, which is underneath Get Freaky, and start to blend this out a little bit. I don't know whether this is the right brush to use for this. No. I'm going to go in with a E29 instead. I think that one is just a little bit too big. And then start to blend this out. I do a lot of shrimp mode activation when I do this kind of look. Does anyone else feel like that? Like they become like Hunchback of Notre Dame because they're just sort of... And then just using the same brush, I'm going to go into Haunting now, which is the lightest purple, and just... Okay, so I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to use the cut carver by Plouise, and then I'll come back because I can't cut the crease to save my life while filming it. Okay, so I'm just going to go back over with my Plouise base to re-base. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a Plouise 271, and I'm going to go in with Dragon's Blood, which is like the darkest purple, and just to pack that in the outer corner. This one I've only sort of done it a little bit, and it does look like it might be a little bit patchy, but we're not going to judge straight away. So many people say that purple shadows are the hardest and also some of the most expensive to actually make and get a good formula. So packing it on is definitely helping. It's going to bring it up and out as well. So it doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna obviously go over with another shade as well. I'm just trying to... So I'm gonna go in with the shade Let's Get Freaky. So I'm using a slightly bigger one. It's an E22 from Colourpop. And start to blend. I'm gonna go quite far with the wings. I feel like I want to like make it almost witchy, but my kind of witchy. I say witchy and I'm wearing cat ears with furry hair. These are working actually really well together as well, which obviously you would expect from Plouise. I do like it so far. And then we're going to go in with another Plouise brush. Going to go in with a 297. I'm going to shade Dare You, which is more of like a purple. Although I do feel like it is kind of looking all like I've just used the same shades. I'm going to use this for shimmer, and we've got 3 shimmers, but I won't use all 3. I'll probably just use 2 maybe. I'm going to use a little bit of Coffin and Hunting Hour just to, on the same brush, just to add a little bit more light purple towards the top. I want to try and kind of blend this in a little bit with the the shade, but not like lose the definition, if that makes sense. As I said, I don't really do this kind of shape ever, so I'm just kind of just playing and having fun. You can see it's just like, it's still defined, but it kind of looks a little bit more, if you get what I'm making sense. So I'm just going to go back with a little bit of dragon's blood, and I'm just going to use it on a slightly smaller brush that I used before, which is 214, just to try and deepen up this outer corner. I might actually use a teeny tiny bit of the black. I'm just going to go in with the brush that I used first, and then yeah, so I'm just going to use the tiniest bit of the black, because I don't know what this black is going to be like. I don't know how pigmented it is. It's called Dark Soul. Sometimes some blacks are so pigmented. Okay, and I'm going to go in with dragon's blood on the same brush, and then just kind of brush it in to, so it doesn't look like I've used the black. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? I don't think I am, but so you kind of like can't, so it doesn't look like I've just put a load of black there, but deepened it up enough. I'm happy with it, you know. I'm just going to take this off, and then I'm just going to so it just kind of gone. Anyway, right, let's shimmer. Right, so we've got Hocus Pocus, which is more of a blue purple, and you've got Don't Ghost Me, which is all like a pinky purple, and you've got Bewitched, which I'm not really sure, so they're more like pinky purples. I'm going to use this one first and then use this one. So I'm going to use Hocus Pocus and then Don't Ghost Me. Okay, so I'm going to use the Hocus Pocus shade first. I'm going to try it again on a brush, and I'm just going to pop it sort of on the inner side, and just definitely more of a bluey purple. I'm going to Don't Ghost Me. I think this one might be better. I'm going to try and wet my brush, see if that makes a difference. I just wet my brush with a bit of setting spray. Gonna, okay, I think that might be a little bit better. And then I'm just gonna start. I might have to go in with my finger, because it's not really giving me what I want. Well, it picks up well though. That is definitely better. I just need to blend all of it in. Okay, so I'm just going to start to tap over the darker shade to blend these two shimmers together. I'm going to go in with the same brush that I used the first time, tiny bit more, just to sort of blend this all in. And then go back into this one. Okay, I'm happy at the moment, to be honest with you. I'm going to do my base and then come back and we'll do the lower lash line, maybe add some gems, who knows. Okay, we are back. Base is pretty much on, so let's finish off underneath the eye. Let's start off with this eye. So I wanted to incorporate some of the greens into it. So I'm thinking of using Time for Tricks, a little bit of In the Shadows, which is a little bit of a browny one. So we're going to go with those ones to start off with. I'm going to use a Morphe M213, and I'm going to go in with the In the Shadows one first. I don't know how well they'll show up because I have set my under eyes, so I'm not sure how well you guys can see it, but it is showing up. It's like a khaki green. I think T11, which is a stubby brush. I'm going to go in with Time for Tricks, which is looks almost yellow. You just use the same brush. I'm going to go in Desktop, which is like a green, lime green. Oh yeah, I like this. I'm trying to sort of buff it. I think it goes really well with the greeny gold shimmer on my lid. I'm really pleased with that. I like that. So let's do the purple side now. So I'm actually going to use the same shades I used sort of first. So I'm going to use this one, and I'm actually going to mix Dragon's Blood and Let's Get Freaky together and sort of stamp it underneath. And then on that was using the 122 brush by Plouise, and then on the E29 from Colourpop, I'm going to take a bit of 6th Sense and Coffin. Just so we've got like the depths from it, so it kind of matches, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to go into Haunting Hour just to blend a little bit more, and I'm going to focus Haunting Hour a little bit more up into the underneath, and the inner corner even. Right, I'm happy. Let's add some gems. I'm going to do a little bit of black liner and add some lashes, and then I'll put some like little individual lashes on from Primark. If you're watching, these stick to the packet so much that you can't get them off, and it just damages your lashes. They look quite sparse, but lashes are on, so that's fine. I'm happy with that. Now I've got some of these, and I think I'm using some bats this side and some pumpkins this side, and I also have lots of gems. So let's put some pumpkins and stuff on first, and then see where we're going on. Gonna put so I'm just gonna use some like iridescent silver gems along there. Okay, so I've got my pumpkins ready. Now where to put them? I think I'm just gonna put here. You can either have it like a black side or like a orangey side, but the problem is they don't stay on this very well. We're just going to flow with it, okay? Okay, so this is done. I just added some little gold, sort of vintagey gold gems. I'll show you what they look like in a bowl. Can you see what they look like? Okay, I think I got these from Shein, and I just added some little gold ones here. Okay, so to finish up the eyes, I'm just going to pop some inner corner highlight, and of course we're going to go in with the Kim Tree Pearls Gone Wild 01 Hope on the purple side, because obviously it has the most incredible purple reflex. I'm just going to pop a bit. I don't know whether you can really pick it up that well, but I'm just kind of tapping it because it's more of a glittery formula. You can see it there. It's just absolutely stunning. And I'm just going to take it and just bring it a little bit up like so. And then we're going to use on the other side, I think this one, because I think it's got some of the same kind of yellowy, greeny, orangey. So this is the, yeah, that's perfect. I'll swatch this one for you because I can't really hold it up because I need to glue it back in because it's come off. And you just see that it, yeah, they're just perfect. So I just brushed this off and I'm just going to take a bit, just yeah, I love it. This look is just, I love it. Okay, so this is the finished look using the Hocus Pocus Regain Focus palette. So on one side we have the greeny and yellowy, orangey style shades, coloured shades, and then we have the purple shade. So I did just put a little bit of waterliner and I used the All Smudge No Budge in Ideas and Passion, and then on the bottom of this I actually used the Nude Lacquer, and my lip is this liner. It is Cleo Noir. I don't know if that's a brand or anything, it's just that, and I actually quite like that. And then the Fresh Ink Feedback, as I saw a black lip would tie it all in quite well. So let's give you my thoughts and opinions on this. Okay, first up, I love the packaging and hate the packaging. I hate this bit. I don't think that the locket and this is really necessary because I'd be able to slide my palettes all in much nicer without this hunk on the side. Obviously we only use about 70% of it, but the purple shades, absolutely stunning. It's so much better than the Queen Concours palette. I think they went on really well, they blended really nicely and they weren't patchy at all. The greens, absolutely loved them, they were really nice. The shimmers are absolutely stunning. And then on this side we used some of the orangey shades up here, absolutely stunning, incredible pigment. They all blended so nicely together as well. I just thought it was really nice. I'm really pleased I got this one. So yeah, I really like them. Do I think that you need to rush out and buy it? It depends, because if you really like Plouise and love collecting her palettes, then yeah, but you probably got most of these shades already at home if you've got a large collection like me. But I do really like it, and I will try and pick up the other one second hand because £36 per palette is very expensive at the moment for me personally. But yeah, I love it, and I think I'm just really, probably the first look I've done in a while that I've really liked. So yeah, this is the finished look. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.